Most of my work is looking at how can we get kids to think more, to work harder, to be challenged more and still get through the curriculum and so on, but get through it in a much more reflective and thoughtful way.
Britten James Nottingham är ett av de mest omtalade namnen inom skolutvecklingen i världen idag. Hans främsta budskap är fokus på elevernas utveckling, inte deras resultat. En del av sitt arbete baserar han på den hyllade skolforskaren John Hattie's koncept Visible Learning.
90 to 95% of the things he's found in 60,000 studies show a positive effect. So the question should not be, does it work? The question should be, does this work significantly? It's a reference tool for us as teachers and leaders and consultants to say, well, okay, what I'm doing, it works, but does it work better than something else? And let's see what the research tells us, and then let's go from there. The reason I focus on progress is it tends to lead to more effort, more focus, more confidence and more engagement from students. And we know all of those things have a very big influence on outcomes and indeed on achievement as well. I'm not suggesting that we get rid of grades altogether. What I'm suggesting is that they don't help with learning generally. What would be better would be to focus on progress. I think progress typically or more often leads to students making more effort because I want to improve and I'm in competition not with you, I'm in competition with me.
Can the teachers make the whole difference?
They can make a lot of difference, not the whole difference. I would say that teachers set the culture of the classroom. We know this because if you remember back to the gymnasium days, for example, when you went from one teacher to another, to another, to another, you knew exactly which teachers you could mess around with, which teachers you could have a joke with, and which teachers you just had to do exactly as you were told. Every single teacher sets the culture for their classroom.
The number one factor, assessment-capable students.
The thing that makes the biggest difference in helping students to make progress is when they are assessment capable. And what that means is that they are able to give themselves brilliant, accurate feedback. So they don't need to wait for their teacher to give them feedback.
Do you think students are left in the dark a lot?
Yes. Yes, they are. Yep. I think the problem we've got is that some kids can. They can do it. They can do it without very explicit instructions because they know how to do it, because they've done it before. They've done it many, many, many times. An analogy might be, I'm a terrible dancer. I'm just awful at dancing. And if you wanted to improve my dancing, it's not going to help me very much for you to say, James, dance. Go on, dance some more. Dance every night till you get better. Because I'm just going to practice the same old thing, and it's going to be the same bad thing.
How difficult is it for teachers to adapt to this other way of thinking?
For some, it's a case of, yes, this is what I've been thinking. You've just put it into research terminology for me, but this is what I've been thinking all along. So it gives them a sort of added confidence to do it. So for some it's not new at all. For others it's a bit too challenging because they think, well, no, it doesn't fit with my philosophy of education. And as we all know, because we've all been through school, teachers are as varied and as different from each other as any other section of society. And as teachers, we want to do better. We just wish that lots of things would get out of our way. You know, the pressure from the government is astonishing very often in many, many countries. It's just, it's just, in the end, you just have to switch your ears off and drown it out because you just can't deal with it. The paperwork, the ridiculous amount of paperwork that you've got, the expectations. I mean, every single time something happens in society, it's the teachers need to sort it. If there's bad behaviour on the street, well, the teachers need to sort that. If somebody got bitten by a dog, well, the teachers need to teach children how to deal with dogs. You know, there's just crazy, absolutely crazy. So what we have to do is just, you know, try to ignore all that and get on with the real job in hand, and that's pedagogy.
What's the problem with PISA?
Lots of problems with PISA, lots and lots and lots of problems. I think the main problem is the response to it. And it's how people in this country, for example, how they respond to PISA. In PISA, we compare Sweden with China. It's just crazy, because then people are saying, but look, the Chinese kids are better at maths than Swedish kids. Well, if they spend 12 hours of maths work in school and then do, say, 5 or 6 hours of homework every single week on maths at home, no wonder they're better. But I personally don't want my own children, my 3 children, doing 14 hours of maths every single week at school. I mean, I like maths and I want them to be very good at maths, but I know if they do 14 hours of maths, then they've got very little time for creativity and language and literature and exploration and social and democratic activities. So I want a balance, and my balance is very different to, let's say, a parent from Finland or from Singapore or even from Canada. You know, there's lots of differences. So I think the main problem with PISA is we take it too seriously. I'd love to see more focus on progress, that rewards and focus and talk and reporting and measurement should be on progress, how much progress students are making, so that I know exactly how much progress I've made and what I can do next. I think that's a key thing.
Tack så mycket.